Hello, everybody who speaks English and mainly in this group, the T.M.J. disorder. This is a video, it's a series of videos. This is a series of videos, not just only one, just different videos. I show you that this is the R.M.P communication. And this is for the people who speak English, and we will do every time videos of 10 minutes, no more. And this is the first one in our series. We were talking regarding TMJs today. We were talking regarding the TMJs, TMJ's dysfunction, the TMJ dysfunction. This is a problem that many people have, and that I think, in my opinion, it will not be treated very, very well. And there's a lot of misconceptions in the T.M.J. disorder, and that's why I choose to talk in roughly. We will talk in different topics in this series. This is a series of the T.M.J.'s disorders. The first one, this is the six of them I show you now. This is the 6 topics of them. We will talk regarding what is a dysfunction of the TMJ. Today we will do the beginning. Second topic, it will be how it is produced. After that, we will talk regarding the connection with the rest of the body, because TMJ is not only TMJ, you will see today. We will talk in another topic, local and general causes. We will talk also in local and general symptoms in TMJ dysfunction, and mainly in our approach in TMJ in NPR, our particular approach in this. It's not a big problem, but it's a problem. And today we will start to talk regarding something about TMJ. TMJ. Let me go forward with the PowerPoint. TMJ. When we're talking with the temporomandibular joint, we normally think that is a disease, but that is not a disease. Temporomandibular joint is simple. A joint who is part of a system. We call that craniofacial, mandibular and postural system. Most of the TMJ problems are dysfunctions. What they mean? Disorders in the function. Most of them are associated to problems out of the joint. Only the tumors, arthrosis, fractures are local causes. Most of the TMJ disorders are origin out of the TMJ. Just only 5% of the problems is related with tumors, arthrosis, fractures, etc. Mainly 95% of the problems are connected with the external causes who create problems into the TMJs. And that is important to understand, because it's important to how to treat the TMJs. Mostly of the problems are because it's increasing the pressure inside the TMJs. But that increase for problems who are outside of the TMJs mainly is when we lose the mandibular position. When the mandibular position is loose, and that is related with the occlusion and with the thing we call the vertical dimension of the face. Retropositions, vertical dimension loss, chondral intrusion, all of them are creating more pressure inside the TMJ. And those are the main causes of the TMJ problems. TMJ is not TMJ. We call that TMJ, we call that temporomandibular joint a disease. That's not a disease. TMJ is part of the cranio-cervical, mandibular, and postural system. What they mean? They mean that all the things that are creating alteration in this system, they are creating dysfunction in the TMJs. The occlusion of the teeth is the big difference in the physiology. The TMJs have a different problems related with the occlusion when the occlusion is not working. What they mean that the big difference is the only joint who is a bicondylar joint who have the teeth in the middle. There is not another joint in the body who has that. And when we have some problem in this teeth, we are creating increasing pressure in the TMJs. And that's very, very important to understand just to treat the TMJs. TMJs centrated is like this. You see on the left of the screen is a central relation of the TMJ. There's a disc, there is a condyle, and the main thing is the movement of the TMJs. The movement of the TMJs are mainly guided by the teeth. We call that anterior and posterior guide of the occlusion who protect TMJs. And another thing is when we lose the vertical dimension, we have a big problem into the inside of the TMJs. That is important to understand. The movements are very easy. You open and close, and we are synchronized the disc and the condyle. Well, all is working well, there is nothing problem. This is working and is working well the system. But sometimes, for different reasons, we will see the reasons in another videos. Sometimes we feel a click. A click is no more than an incoordination of the disc and the condyle. But it's not a real problem. The problem is the things who are causing the incoordination. And obviously, if we leave it chronically, the disc can move, and then we can have a locking of the TMJs in the chronic problems. And that is important to understand these concepts, to understand TMJs. The most important thing to understand in TMJs is this particular joint resists very well the traction. That's why you can open your mouth and nothing happens until a limit, obviously. But it doesn't resist increasing pressure inside the joint. That is the big problem. The other thing is, in this particular joint, we have a lot of receivers. But the main receivers are on the back of the TMJs. This is the most important receptors of the joints, because in this area is coming all the blood and the nutrition and innervation of the joint. And if something happens, we make invasion of this area, the central nervous system, that means our brain, he knows very well that it's very dangerous. And that's why the nature put the main receivers there. All the situations that we will increase the pressure, mainly in this area, start the first defense, that is an automatical defense, who has the central nervous system, who is bruxisms. Bruxisms is not stress. The brain know that if we invade this area, we are in dangerous, and start the main software he has, who is the bruxisms, thinking that this is the solution, but it's not the solution. It's a very bad help, because it's starting to grind in the teeth, destroying the teeth, increasing the pressure in the cranium, in the neck and the posture, etc., etc., etc. And obviously, chronically, that start the stress. But it's not the stress who start the bruxisms. That is very, very important to understand how to treat. And just to finish today, the physically, if you call physic, the joint is a lever of the third grade, where the fulcrum is on the back of the resistance and the potence. And that's why teeth are very important, because it's the only resistance we have to protect our joints. If something happened there, who is not working well, and if something happened who changed the centric relationship of the joint, it will start a very, very big pressure into the joint, and will start the disease. Okay, this is the first video to understand for you how we diagnose on the T.M.J. T.M.J. is a very simple diagnosis. We don't need a big effort to do a diagnosis. It's a clinical diagnosis. It's a very, very clinical diagnosis and nothing more. And I will try to explain in a short videos like this. Every week we will do 6 videos in total. Pay attention, because I will do preference for this group, because you are a group we deal with TMJs. We are patients and doctors there, and that is my opinion in our protocol, because we have an NPR is a multidisciplinary protocol that we treat together dentists, medical doctors, osteopaths, and physiotherapists, all disease, not just T.M.J. disease. And I will show you how we do that in the TMJs. Okay, if you follow us in our social media, and Facebook, follows in YouTube, etc., etc. You can see how we do different topics in our. We speak different languages in our school. In our school we speak Spanish, English, and Italian normally, and we have different videos in different languages there. But if you follow our social networks in Facebook and in YouTube, you can see what we're doing. Okay. I see some. I try to explain. I try to answer some questions today. Let me see, because some people said some of you are asking something. Before I go, I try to answer. This can T.M.J be cured permanently by placing the disc in the place? Listen, if you understand what I telling before, you will see the treatment, yes, later in the last video. But yes, obviously, if you don't have any fracture inside, if you don't have any something who is a dysmorphism, we call that, you can cure permanent TMJs. Yes, obviously, but not just only with one thing. You have to treat, we call that an interdisciplinary treatment, and I will show you how we do that. Okay. And there is another question: is having experience getting TMJs? There are frequent clicking, and after a month, seasonal recovery, and sometimes you know that the click is an uncoordination of the disc. And if you have the disc who is not coordinated, most of the causes is for hyperfunction of the muscle, mainly the internal pterygoideus, the external pterygoideus, sorry. And obviously, if the external pterygoideus relax, the coordination is coming back if it's not chronically. But you can treat TMJs. TMJs is not a big disease. You have to understand how the function is, how the dysfunction is, and then you can treat it. Very, very simple. If there is a dysfunction, and dysfunction is 95% of the problems in the TMJs. But the problem is, in my opinion, we treat not very well the disease. Okay. Take care, everybody, and I will be with you in the next week with the second topic. Pay attention, and if you want to follow us in our channel, please don't hesitate to go to Facebook and in our YouTube. You will see treatment we do at the end. You will see treatment we do in our school. Okay, take care. Have a good quarantine in this time, and we will do several videos in our Facebook page. Remember, and I will try to put the Facebook page. Listen, this is the if you are friends on my page, you will see a lot of video there. Let me put the page in let me put that, let me show 1 second. I try to open my browser, and then if you go there, this is one, this is one. Let me write it for you. Let me 1 second. Right, let me see if I can do that. Let me 1 second. Let me close some pictures there, and then I will put my page, and then you can follow us. Then you can follow us in the. Right. Okay. This is the page. This is the Facebook page. You will see there. If you click and say I want to be the friend, you will see that. And there is a YouTube channel. I will put. There is a lot of video there, also in my YouTube channel. If you put YouTube channel and my name, Silverio Di Rocca, youtube.com. My name, Silverio Di Rocca. Let me write it here now. Let me go into my channel, and you can follow us. You can follow us in there. If you go. This is our channel in YouTube. If you be subscribed there, you can follow us. And we do videos in different languages. Sorry, we do in English, in Spanish, and in Italian, and different times also. Okay, take care. I will see you in the next video. Carry on with the series of T&J. Bye bye, everybody. Thank you for being with us today. Bye bye.